Welcome to RichTrybe. I want to start today with a really harsh truth, one that honestly took me years to figure out. Your high salary? Yeah, it's probably the exact thing keeping you broke.
Wait, hold on a second. How can making more money keep you broke? Isn't working hard to get a high salary literally the whole point of getting rich?
See, that's exactly the trap, Rachel. Society completely tricks us into confusing a high income with actual true wealth. So, let's just dive right into this. We're kicking off a masterclass today on how to totally rewire your financial operating system. We're going to approach this exactly the way a millionaire looks at money.
All right, so rule number one, income is not wealth. It's all about earning versus keeping.
Right, but if you earn a lot, you can buy really nice things. Doesn't that mean you're wealthy?
No, actually, it just makes you a high consumer. Listen, true wealth isn't about those $800 sneakers or that brand new Tesla you see flaunted all over Instagram. Real wealth is silent. It's the money compounding quietly in the background, buying its owner the absolute ultimate luxury, which is freedom. Total freedom. We actually call the alternative Henry, high earner, not rich yet. Just imagine a corporate lawyer pulling in $200,000 a year, leasing a $900 a month luxury SUV, renting a $4,000 penthouse, and eating out every single day.
But to everyone around him, Henry looks incredibly successful. I mean, he's living the dream, right?
He's actually living a nightmare, Rachel. Just do the math. After taxes and his massive lifestyle overhead, he has literally $0 saved. If Henry loses his job tomorrow, he is exactly 30 days away from bankruptcy. He's stuck on this hedonic treadmill, sprinting as fast as he can just to stay in the exact same place. But on the flip side, the true wealth builder? They live modestly and just let their assets compound.
Which brings us to Section 2, escaping the consumer trap. This is a battle of instant versus delayed gratification.
So why is it so incredibly hard to just stop spending when we finally start making more money? Well, because we live inside this massive marketing machine that's designed to trigger dopamine releases. If you don't actively try to stop it, your spending will naturally rise to perfectly match your income. It's just human nature. The modern world tells you that money is simply an exchange value for immediate happiness. But Harvard Health research shows that the happiness you get from material consumption, it lasts about 2 weeks. The consumer mindset views money purely as a ticket to buy things, mostly depreciating assets like luxury goods and electronics. And the investor mindset? Right. So wealthy people don't look at a $1,000 purchase today and just see $1,000 lost. They see the thousands of dollars in future freedom that they just burned. The investor sees every single dollar as a seed. It's like an army of capital meant to replace your future labor. So they buy appreciating assets, things like index funds and real estate.
And the math on this is absolutely staggering. According to Bloomberg data, if a consumer spends a $1,000 monthly surplus on car payments and luxury goods, the 5-year value of that is roughly zero. And the 30-year value, still zero, which leads directly to an impoverished retirement.
Wow, zero.
And the investor? By planting those exact same seeds in index funds or real estate and assuming average market returns here, that same $1,000 a month turns into $75,000 in just 5 years. In 30 years, it balloons to $1.78 million. Now that is financial independence. The consumer ends up a wage slave, while the investor becomes a capitalist, completely liberated from labor.
Section 3. Pay yourself first. Always. We like to call this reverse budgeting.
Reverse budgeting? Does that just mean you save before you pay your bills? Exactly. The absolute second your money hits your account, it moves. You automate those transfers on payday, investing 30 to 50% immediately into a sound asset account. And then you adjust your lifestyle to whatever remaining balance is left over.
Okay, but come on, most average people definitely can't afford to just save 30% right off the bat. They have rent, food, gas. Honestly, that sounds impossible. I hear that all the time, Rachel. But here's the thing. Human nature forces our spending to adjust to whatever available income is left. If you leave that money in your checking account, I guarantee you will find a way to spend it. The trick here is to set up a direct deposit split right with your HR department, so you never even see the money hit your checking account. If you automate the investment, you force yourself to adapt to living on less. Even if you have to start with just $20 a paycheck, you've got to build that automation.
Moving on to number 4, the magic of compounding, also known as the acceleration phase.
So this is the part where those seeds actually start to grow on their own. Precisely. Once they're planted in the market, they start working way harder than you do. Albert Einstein famously called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. He said, "He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." That's such a powerful way to frame it. You're basically either on the winning side of interest or the losing side. Hit the nail on the head.
Compounding is this incredible force that creates exponential growth over time. You aren't just earning returns on your original money, you are earning returns on your returns. It's literally an avalanche of wealth.
Consider the stark difference in outcomes here, based purely on when you start. Data from Standard Chartered shows that starting to invest $15,000 at age 25 creates a massive gap compared to starting at age 35.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The 25-year-old's trajectory goes incredibly high, while the 35-year-old is way behind. And that's with the exact same initial amount of money?
That's the reality of it. A 10-year head start completely alters your wealth trajectory. You simply can't make up for lost time just by having a higher income later in life. Time in the market is, for sure, your absolute greatest asset.
Okay, before we move to our final millionaire-level secret, if you're getting value from this masterclass and you genuinely want to transform your financial future, I need you to subscribe to the RichTrybe channel. Like, comment, and share right now. Seriously, your support is what helps us bring these high-level wealth strategies directly to you.
Section 5. Master Real Wealth Strategies. Here's exactly how the rich legally avoid taxes.
Okay, this is definitely the stuff they never teach us in school. How do they actually do it? Well, it's a pretty controversial framework developed by Professor Ed McCaffrey, but it's the exact system the ultra-wealthy use to preserve their fortunes across generations without getting completely decimated by capital gains. It's called the buy, borrow, die strategy. Buy, borrow, die. Catchy, right? So first, you buy appreciating assets, things like stocks and real estate. Second, you borrow against them. Instead of selling your assets for cash and paying massive capital gains taxes, you just use them as collateral for loans, because remember, loans are not taxable income. And finally, you die and pass the assets to your heirs with a step-up in tax basis. This essentially wipes out the capital gains entirely for the next generation. Okay, that sounds brilliant, but also a little bit scary. What are the real-world risks of leveraging debt like that? Like, what if the stock market falls or property values drop? That is the perfect clarifying question, Rachel. It does carry significant risk. If those underlying assets lose value, a lender might require additional collateral or even force a repayment. That's exactly why the wealthy only borrow a very conservative percentage of their total portfolio. They maintain a massive margin of safety. It requires immense discipline and professional planning, but honestly, it's how dynasties are maintained.
We've covered a lot today, from escaping the Henry trap to the sheer magic of compounding and leveraging assets. But I really want to leave you with one final, provocative question. Will your next paycheck buy a liability or fund your freedom?
Man, that really puts the ball in our court. Every single dollar's a choice.
Exactly. You now have the blueprint for the investor mindset. The knowledge is entirely in your hands. Now, it's time to start planting those seeds.